Welcome, everybody. We are so happy to have you joining us this evening for this very special occasion. I wanted to take a quick moment to introduce myself. As many of you know, I joined Hortons Kids as the executive director in early April, and I spent the last 20 years working for organizations in New York City very similar to Hortons Kids, organizations where relationship, and particularly long-term relationship, is at the heart of what we do. Relationship is exactly what we're talking about tonight. I also wanted to say I'm a social worker by training, and I was drawn to Hortons Kids because I believe in a holistic approach and comprehensive approach to supporting families and racial justice, from educational support and advocacy to enrichment, health and basic needs, mental health support, family engagement, all the things that Hortons Kids does from the time kids are very young all the way through high school graduation, college, and beyond. So through partnerships with schools and community organizations, community members, and families, each child in Hortons Kids knows that they have a village that loves them and supports their success. And that is why I feel so honored to be a part of this community. I want to now just take a minute to talk about the graduates who are the stars of our show. We usually celebrate this tremendous occasion accomplishment in person with our graduates, with parties and celebrations, which I have not yet had the personal chance to attend, and hopefully that will happen next year. We are all having to find new ways to do this. The kids have been gracious and resilient in accepting the new normal and really just taking part in feeling all the love and congratulations that we are sending their way. So before I start, I want to share a stat, which is that we have a 100% graduation rate this year, which is incredible. And this is for the third year in a row. So that is a testament to all the hard work everybody in the Hortons Kids community has done, and particularly our graduates in getting themselves to this very important moment in their lives. So I am going, before we talk specifically to our two guests today, I wanted to highlight the entire 2020 class of graduates. We want them all to know how proud we are that they have worked so hard to get here. And so let's take a look. So first, you see Keandre. He is a senior graduating from KIPP DC. Keandre is a regular programs participant, an honor roll student, and spends his weekends working as a referee for Hortons Kids partner organization Flagstar Football. After graduation, he'll be attending Radford University, studying criminal justice and forensics. Congratulations, Keandre. Next, we have Aaliyah, a senior graduating from KIPP DC. She is a veteran of the Department of Transportation Tutoring Program and is a member of her school's honors club. She's a participant in our partnership organization, City Kids, and attended our summer camp programming in Wyoming. A number of college acceptances, Aaliyah is still deciding what university to attend, but plans to study radiology. Next, we have Imani. Imani is a senior graduating from KIPP DC. Imani has been heavily involved in programs since childhood, attending tutoring, enrichment field trips, the Fairmont Culinary Program, and trips to Children's National, which sparked her interest in healthcare. She'll be attending Allegheny College's Nursing Assistance Program in the fall. And finally, our graduating senior and special guest today is EJ, a senior at KIPP DC. EJ has been involved in nearly everything Hortons Kids has to offer, attending tutoring, center programs, and the Fairmont Culinary Program, just to name a few. She's a member of KIPP's Honor Society and was featured in this year's annual report along with her tutor, Anne. I am so excited to welcome EJ today and share with our audience all of the exciting things that she has in store. Welcome, EJ and her tutor, Anne. Is the Deputy Director of the Departmental Office of Human Resource Management at the Department of Transportation, and she's been EJ's tutor with Hortons Kids for 2 years.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, so we have a few questions for EJ and Anne, and of course, EJ, we're going to start with you. You've been involved with Hortons Kids for a number of years. What are some memories that stand out to you?
Some specific memories that really stand out are
the Fairmont program when we went to Children's Hospital. A lot of our community service projects, I like those a lot because I feel like we're actually like giving back. I feel like at the Fairmont we learned some really valuable life skills. And then I have my best friend really loves healthcare, so I was really happy about the Children's Hospital program.
So as you prepare to head off to college, what do you feel like you're going to miss most about Hortons Kids?
I feel like I'm gonna miss the energy and just having a place to go after school. I know I could find that in college, but it's like the community and everything. I just every day after school we went to tutoring on Tuesdays, or we went to programs except Fridays. And so I feel like I'll miss that the most, being around the people.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to find that new sense of community wherever you are next.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is for Anne. Anne, how has being a tutor impacted you?
Oh, it's been such a wonderful experience. Just getting to know EJ and all of the kids in Hortons. It's given us such a good way to get different perspectives, and I actually learned a lot. I think I probably learned more than EJ did. Right? We learned immediately that I could not help her with math.
Right.
We had to even text one of my children to see if he could help, because it wasn't so much tutoring as it was build a relationship together. It was just a wonderful experience and very a growth opportunity, I think, for both.
Great. How have you seen EJ grow during this time?
Just tremendously in the 2 years, to go from early junior year to graduating and moving on, and just learning how to balance a variety of different stresses that come at you. You had a lot of homework. You would have exams on top of trying to apply for honor society or trying to work on this. A lot coming at her, and she was able to really balance it all and get it all done. And just incredibly proud at how much she was able to do.
Thank you.
I see EJ beaming as she hears. So EJ, the next question is for you. How has Anne helped prepare you for college and next steps?
I feel like Miss Anne has really prepared me to, I procrastinate a lot. Even though I get my work done, I really try my hardest not to do it until like I have to do it. And she told me like, I can't do that. You have to do the work when it's given to you and you'll have more free time. I remember like in tutoring, I used to just try to talk about college, and she'd be like, no, what homework do you have? And I'm like, I can do that later. It's not gonna take long. Let's talk about college. And she always made sure I got my homework done first before we could have our conversation.
Yeah, it's nice to have that person that can just help you stay focused and present.
Yes.
It's easy to sort of start going in a lot of different directions when you know you just need to be right there. Mm-hmm. And so that's the beauty of having that relationship and knowing that you can depend on that week after week.
Yeah.
Was there a point in time, and I think this is a question that I think maybe it come through from the audience at some point, some of the people that knew they were joining and they were interested is, when did you guys know that you were a good fit for each other in terms of your tutoring relationship?
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I would say for me it was immediate. We met the first day and we connected pretty quickly. So it wasn't an aha moment. It was sort of an immediate, yeah, this is going to work great, So that's just how it worked for me. So EJ.
Okay, so I knew I had a connection with Miss Anne in the beginning because she was like really funny. But what actually made me realize like that was the right fit was, I think it was my birthday. Remember we was talking about what my favorite things were, and I told you I love barbecue sauce. She got me a bottle of barbecue sauce for my birthday. It was so hilarious. I loved the gift so much though, because it's like I knew she was listening when I was talking, so that's what made it better. But that's when I knew. I was like, she lit.
It is very clear that this relationship has impacted both of you, and it's incredible potential that our youth participants possess, and also the immeasurable impact of our volunteers. So we are so appreciative, and of your commitment, and EJ, for all the hard work that you've done. And with that, we want to share some very exciting information with our audience about EJ's future plans. So we are going to present to you a TikTok video produced by EJ to reveal to all of you which university she has chosen to attend in the fall.
Oh gosh.
Wipe it down. Wipe it down.
That's my college. Me, guys.
I'm sure everybody is virtually cheering very loud, even though we can't.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Thank you so much.
And not only will EJ be attending the highly esteemed Vassar, she has received a full ride scholarship. So that's another huge congratulations to EJ. We are all so proud of your accomplishments.
Thank you so much.
So now that we know your future plans, I know the audience has more questions and wants to talk, so let's take a look. All right, not surprisingly, the first question is for EJ. EJ, this question is from Colleen. How did you come to choose Vassar? And what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, hi, Colleen. I miss you. So I came to the decision for Vassar because I was stuck between 3 schools. I could tell you the names. I got accepted into Spelman College, I got accepted into Lycoming College, and I got accepted into Vassar, and those were my top 3 schools. So it was kind of like a hard decision for me because Lycoming offered almost a full ride. It was like a $5,000 gap. Spelman didn't really offer much money. So I was like, but I really, like, it was great things about all the schools, but then I started going deeper into my research about Vassar, and I looked at the campus. I took the virtual campus tour because, you know, we can't go to the schools right now. And it was so pretty. And then I didn't check my portal. So I was like, well, maybe I'll go to Vassar. It all depends, right? I checked my portal, and then I looked at it, and then they said they gave me everything. So that was kind of just like, I already knew where I wanted to go, but that was like a plus because I didn't have to worry about like how I was going to pay for school and my supplies and everything. That was it.
What are you most looking forward to as you think about?
I feel like I'm most looking forward to the environment because I have family that lives out there. So I get to be able to know them better. And I get to learn like the actual environment of Poughkeepsie, New York, and Vassar College. I'm most excited about like the classes. I've always dreamed about going to college, and it's like it's so different when you watch it on TV versus when it's really happening to you. So I'm just excited about going.
Have you already been looking at the catalog and thinking about what classes you might sign up for?
Yes, it's stressful. It's like because it's so many good options, and I want to do them all, but it's like I can't do them all. So you gotta and then you gotta know which classes you actually want to take that'll help you out.
Yeah, depends on what you're studying, your major, but you've got time to take a lot of the things that you'll be interested in. The next question actually is from Monique, and this sort of relates to something that I know everybody's thinking about, which is what's happening in the fall in terms of college. And Monique's question is, how does Hortons Kids support new graduates and alumni, and how are we helping college-bound students as they navigate the uncertainty of schools opening in the fall?
Can you repeat the end of that?
Yeah, so this is actually a question for me. I can start to answer, EJ, and then I want you to fill in terms of what you've been thinking about, and even talking about some of the supports that you think you might be needing. So the question is, how does Hortons Kids support new graduates and alumni, and how are we helping college-bound students as they navigate the uncertainty of schools opening in the fall?
Okay.
Did you hear me okay that time?
Yes.
There's some feedback in our microphones tonight, so I hope that the audience can hear us okay as well. I would say under normal circumstances, when students at Hortons are getting ready to go away to school, we provide access to technology, either tablets or laptops, transportation, some housing deposit, resources to purchase basic needs and incidental expenses, particularly in the first year, resources for books and things like that. We're lucky enough to have the Brenda K. Chamberlain Fully Endowed Scholarship that allows us to fund students around some of these things. I think looking into this fall, there's a lot of questions about what's going to happen, about whether or not people are going to be on campus, if there's going to be virtual learning. And so some of the things we've been talking about as an organization is how to provide space that's quiet, where you can focus, that's maybe outside of the house. We know that it's hard to focus and study when there are people around, and this is an important moment in terms of making this transition into school. So that's a lot of the thinking that we're doing as we plan and figure out what's next. But EJ, I mean, what have you been thinking about in terms of what that might mean for you if you're not able to go right away, and what support you might need?
So if I'm not able to go to school right away, I'm gonna be devastated, I'm honest. But like the support I might need is Horton Kids actually already giving me support. They provided a laptop for me, and they're letting me use a hotspot. They were letting me use a hotspot so that I can get my classwork done with the online school. And it was like a really big support. They also helped pay my housing deposit, which was really, I'm so thankful for that. And overall, like, yeah, they help out so much. Like, I know if I need help with books, I know I could just ask and they'll be there to help, so.
We're going to continue to figure out what the next steps are and support all of our graduates along the way. Okay, so the next question is from Regina. This is for you, Anne. What are the most important ways a tutor can help a Hortons Kids participant prepare for high school graduation and beyond?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say the very first thing, the most important thing is just to be there. And I mean, to be there at the tutoring sessions, but also to connect in between, either through texting or just phone calls, and just being sort of that steady state. And that helps. And then as you talk about some of the transitions, as young adults are moving from graduating and going through all kinds of things, you know, having that sounding board, because things are very frustrating sometimes. So it's a good role to play to be able to have them just talk to you about different things that are stressing them out and help keep them in perspective. So.
I mean, this is important because you're speaking to that consistency and that building of trust. And I think that's the key. And I talked about this in the beginning, is that relationship is really what matters, and the strength of that relationship. And I'd be curious to know, what are some of the things that happened for both of you over time that sort of brought you closer as mentor and mentee? I know that EJ mentioned the barbecue sauce as a gesture of paying attention to things that she likes and how appreciative she was of that. But are there other moments or things that you can point to that would really be helpful for wanting to sort of mentor and build these relationships to support students in their journey?
Sure. I would say some of it is we did text a lot back and forth. So if she was working on a project, this happened a couple times, if she was working on a project and she didn't get it done, she would text me. It could be 11 o'clock at night. She's like, I got it done. So I'd be like, you need to text me and let me know you got it done, because otherwise I'm going to start bugging you. So I think that again, I totally agree. It's about relationships, and it's about an opportunity to listen and to learn. So it was really also listening, because sometimes she'll text me and I'll automatically try and go and help her fix it. And she even one time said, no, I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to hear it. So I think that's really important too, to understand sometimes you're just there to hear. You don't need to try and fix everything. So that was the other kind of element for me too, is just, again, just that relationship.
And being like that accountability partner, I think that helps.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's important.
Yeah. I mean, it's something we all continue to rely on as we move through college and beyond in our professional lives. Having that as knowing that you can use that resource is really positive and productive. Is EJ, are you there? I saw you walking.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. The next question is for you. Do you see yourself in 5 years? This is a big one. What are some of your goals?
So I was thinking about this question a lot yesterday because it was like really hard. Like, actually, where do I see myself in 5 years? So I see myself graduating, graduating college, and having graduated college, working with my psychology degree and trying to get my master's because I really want to be a doctor, But I feel like I don't really, like, that question was so hard for me yesterday because I don't know, like, exactly. I don't know the specifics. I know I want to work with children. I know that for a fact. And I know I want to get my psychology degree, but it's like, in what specific field?
Yeah.
It's a hard thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the process of college. That's what that helps, it helps you to figure it out. Some people, they seem to have it all figured out even before they go. Others, they have these guideposts like you do, big guideposts. You want to work with children, you want to go into psychology, and then it takes time. It takes time, and you take classes, and you have experiences, and you meet people, and I think you finally find, step by step, moment by moment, you end up with. And I think, having that openness is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to have it all figured out. Don't worry.
Right. Thank you.
So, Anne, this is sort of going back to you again. I think people are curious because, everybody, being a mentor requires something that you're doing outside of having to be at work and some of those other obligations. And you've been committed for a long time. And sort of what kept you going as a mentor for so long?
Well, one thing I would say with Department of Transportation, it's a program that's been there for quite a while. And I have members of my team that have been mentors for a really long time and had such a wonderful experience. And that is one reason I got involved, was it's a way to really connect with the younger generation. And the whole reason is it's just so that EJ and I can just stay connected is really the focus. So I try not to miss too many of my Tuesday sessions unless I'm traveling.
Yes, the group of tutors there are extremely committed and having such an impact with our older youth program. Okay, the next question is for EJ. When you look back on your time at Hortons Kids, what do you think you will remember most? This is similar to a question we asked earlier, but what is it that's sort of going to resonate for you when you think about the experience with Hortons Kids?
I feel like this year, the most will resonate with me with Hortons Kids because 12th grade year is already a stressful year. And so before the whole pandemic, we were like fundraising for money to pay our senior dues. And we were like doing so much trying to like keep our grades up, testing, worrying about the corona, and then worrying about like a lot of other things, plus the current situation that's going on in the world is just a lot. So I feel like this year is just going to like resonate with me and like let me know that at least I made it, like I made it through the year. I graduated. I'm going to college. I got a full ride. I did a lot on my way getting there. So it's like, that's probably the best part for me.
That you answered the next question I was going to ask you that came through, which is what is something you are celebrating right now?
Being able to make it through the year.
It's a huge accomplishment. I think there's been so much disruption and, nobody has been in this particular position before with COVID and being on lockdown and understanding how to continue with learning and connecting. And particularly around these celebratory moments where we're all used to coming together and hugging and having family there and being in large groups to really show how proud, the community is and everybody's accomplishments. So it's really good. But like you, EJ, and a lot of the high school students I've talked to, everybody is so gracious and resilient and flexible and just rolling with it like, we could have never anticipated. And that just shows a level of maturity and resolve that is exactly what we need out of all of the students moving into the future to deal with everything that's going on in the world right now and to be the ones that really make a change.
Right.
So I have another question coming in, which is this one's for me, so I'll try to be brief because we only really want to talk to EJ and Ann, but what am I most excited about or looking forward to in terms of being at Hortons Kids now? What kind of things can change or improve? And I think, you know, one of the things we want to continue to do, and I'm excited about, is these college and career pathways, making sure that a lot more students that come up behind EJ have the same kind of opportunities and pathways opened up, experiences to different industries through internships and things like that. We really are looking at trying to start that earlier in a child's academic trajectory so that even though you don't have to have it all figured out by the time you go to college, you've had a lot of different experiences that inform you and can maybe direct your interests and the ways that you want to go in the future. I think another big part that I'm excited about is advocacy. You know, we know now that it's important that we are, you know, fighting for systemic change, that we are fighting racism, and that we really need to be having the right people representing us and supporting us and moving things forward. And so, you know, we want to work on that. We want to work with the community members and the students in particular for how that advocacy could look. Even this summer, we're working with our older youth on it's called Taking a Stand, on some writing and blogging that puts some voice and opinion out there about how things should change and change radically. So I'm looking forward to, those are two pieces that I think are going to be really powerful for this organization over the next year. I'm seeing if there's another question coming through. Okay. One other question is actually also for the organization or for me, which is just what we have been doing during COVID. And I think, you know, EJ, you could speak to this a little bit too, because you've been in Hortons Kids during this time, but we have certainly really, it's been hard not being as physically present with each other as we've used to be. And so I think the team has been calling and checking in and making sure that, you know, students have what they need, that they're connected through technology, they're doing their virtual learning, they're talking to schools, that parents and families can support kids at home, that just as a stress release, just to listen how it's going. Those are kind of the things that we have really prioritized over the last probably about 8 weeks. So I don't know, EJ, if you want to speak to some of that, what are some of the supports or things you felt like have been important to you as you've navigated this period?
So some things that I've noticed Hortons Kids do during COVID-19 is they pass out, you know, food, they pass out meals and like water and stuff. I've noticed that. I've been down there when one of the things happened. One of the days they passed out food. They also they gave my best friend some masks, which was really sweet. Yeah, they also I think they're for us, they always check up on us. We're always getting phone calls, text messages from everybody. They want to make sure we're good, if our family's okay, is there anything we need. Like, they're checking in all the time. So that's really nice to have that support system there.
And we'll continue to do that all through the summer. And hopefully as things are, you know, we're moving into different phases of and be with each other, we'll be able to be there physically there more and more and more over the course of the summer. So that's really important to us. Well, I will give EJ and Ann an opportunity to say anything as we are wrapping up. We're ending a little bit early today, which is okay. We just really wanted to celebrate this amazing accomplishment and reveal where EJ would be spending the next 4 years. So Ann or EJ, do you want to say anything else before we sign off?
Well, I just want to say thank you all for joining and supporting me in my journey. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I just want to say congratulations to EJ and all the graduates. It's a huge accomplishment and super excited for kind of what the future brings, because I think we have some great leaders that are going to college and they're going to be able to come out and really help change the world. So congrats, EJ, and congrats to everyone.
Thank you.
Today actually marks the official kickoff for Grad Week. So we're going to be celebrating each of our graduating seniors and telling their stories across all of our platforms. So everybody, please stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to send messages of encouragement or
Thank
cards
you.
to our seniors, please mail them to, we have an address we can actually, it's, I don't know if we have it up on the screen to show you. Maybe that's what's, yeah, there we go. All right, you can send them to the address on the screen. Otherwise, we'll say congratulations to the class of 2020 and
Thank you.
everybody. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
Bye.